Hello, everyone. I'm Congressman Jim Langevin. I want to say thank you to the National Security Commission on AI for inviting me to speak and for hosting a summit on how the U.S. should maintain its technological edge over its adversaries. As we all know, time is of the essence when it comes to advancing new capabilities. Science fiction is becoming fact. The demos and prototypes of today will be on the battlefield tomorrow, whether we're on our side or that of our adversaries. So AI holds the promise of better and faster decision making for our warfighters. It will analyze and make sense of military big data, and it will help teams deploy unmanned systems creatively and asymmetrically. So our defense enterprise has begun harnessing this innovation, and it's my charge as the chair of the Cyber, Innovative Technologies and Information Systems Subcommittee to usher it in big and bold ways. So our first bold move must be investments in defense research to show the commercial sector that we mean business. So I'm glad that the President's budget includes the largest defense research and development investment to date. Unfortunately, though, compared to last year's request, the department actually cut its funding for basic research, the vital early stage and university led research that explores what is over the horizon. Indeed, the budget request includes $2.1 billion less than what Congress enacted in science and technology funding last year. So this is the funding for the science behind quantum physics, countering AI-enabled cyber intrusions, and studying how international norms will change with emerging technology. Breakthroughs funded by the Department's science and technology resources will have profound effects on our economy and our military footprint. This research is just as important as helping later stage demonstrations and prototypes get fielded and across the valley of death. So I call on the department and members of Congress to prioritize science and technology funding, if for no other reason than that our rivals certainly are. The department must also organize and direct these efforts through a science and technology strategy tied to the National Defense Strategy as an annex. So one of the National Security Commission on AI's recommendations was to create such a strategy that identifies and prioritizes research efforts that will produce the critical capabilities that our warfighters need. By connecting it to the National Defense Strategy, the Undersecretary for Research and Engineering can hold the department's focus on these long-term efforts, helping them garner just as much attention and resources as the short-term alligators at your boat. So the strategy will also usher an important shift in how we think about defense systems and platforms. For too long, DoD acquisition teams have prioritized hardware requirements, leaving software requirements and potential cyberspace and electromagnetic spectrum vulnerabilities on the back burner. The consequences of failing to address these vulnerabilities are becoming clearer every day. What we cannot see, however, are the possibilities. Things like improved targeting data that reduce military and civilian casualties, streamlined logistics that deliver supplies to austere locations faster, predictive maintenance that will prevent accidents, and even support our mental health and trauma support specialists. Software-driven requirements brought forth these ideas, and AI will make them a reality. Beyond a strategy and acquisition reform, we must compete aggressively for digital talent. Now, I've been pushing this issue steadfastly for many years as co-chair of the Bipartisan Career Technical Education Caucus. More recently, I led several bipartisan amendments to last year's NDAA to improve and accelerate the department's ability to hire and retain STEAM workforce. So we simply must keep streamlining authorities, cultivating partnerships with small technology companies and minority-serving institutions, and do what we can to help international researchers work and stay in the United States. With these challenges in mind, I and my former ranking member, Elise Stefanik, created the National Security Commission on AI and charged them to develop a whole-of-government approach to help the U.S. harness the promise of artificial intelligence and protect us from its harmful applications. I commend the commissioners for their hard work in producing a thorough solution and for maintaining a bipartisan spirit in the deliberations and discussions. I urge my colleagues in Congress and the administration to pay close attention to the Commission's recommendations and implement them with haste. So I look forward to supporting the inclusion of as many of the legislative recommendations as we can in this year's NDAA. We cannot sit back and let this become tomorrow's problem. So thank you again for inviting me to speak today, and thank you to the commissioners and staff who have put a tremendous amount of work effort and thought into this commission and its recommendations. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the summit. Thank you.